Danielle, Lola, did you guys have anything you wanted to say?
I absolutely have something to say. And I want to address your point about, women, I guess, taking accountability or whatever. I just came from a beautiful room that I hosted with some very, very beautiful women where we literally sat down for 3 hours. And this room was called Why When Have Women Become So Hard? So there are a ton of us out there who are having these conversations, who are talking about, our traumas and delving in deep as to why am I this way? How can I rest in my feminine energy? So in my opinion, there are far more women right now who are doing the inner work, but we need our counterparts to join us in that work. And I'm not going to get up here and, bash the gentlemen, because there are absolutely some wonderful guys. We had some fellas who came up in there. However, I have to say, I'm seeing women, especially Black women, who are trying to look at, how and why they've become hardened. We are doing that work. And so I just want that to still be acknowledged. And, I appreciate you bringing me up here, and I'm ready to listen to everything you guys have to say. But if we could definitely acknowledge that, then yeah.
I don't make it. I'm an image consultant, and I have taken a lot of heat from Black men. We're telling them, take that damn T-shirt off at 40 years old, pull up your damn pants, dress like a damn man.
Just because he's saying pull up your pants, stop sagging, stop showing your ass, that doesn't mean you have to go around wearing tight clothes or tight suited things. It just means make your image more presentable, look more mature, so that we as Black men can have a better image than what the media tries to portray us as far as how we look and dress,
including the spaces you create. Like the guy at the restaurant, even though he was right, the women shouldn't have been twerking in his restaurant. You also have to take accountability for the fact that, yes, some people are going to let music and what's surrounding them influence their actions. So you have to make sure you always control your environment as much as you can, at least as much as the Black man can here in America.
And Kevin, they don't see
that. But and that thing is, they can't see it because our ethnic image is shit, and that's our responsibility. Black women have Black media. Black men have to make Black media for Black men by Black men to repair our own image. It's not their responsibility to give us Essence, Ebony, Madame Noir, or any of these other platforms. Black women check for themselves. They will make a platform to benefit themselves. It's Black men who got to come out of their pocket and support Black male content for Black men by Black men, promoting something better. We were given gangster rap and hip hop. I was in college, and 1 minute we had X-Clan, next minute we had Bitches Ain't Shit. I saw this stuff. I've been talking about this since 1989. So, like I said, at the end of the day, I know where I stand in this thing. It ain't about me. I ain't trying to make it about me. We don't have Black family. We don't need reparations and this and that. Without Black family, you can't have Black nothing.
We're not looking. And we have to emphasize that they are great quality men. There are places and spaces which are encouraging men, which are equipping men, which are giving the men the skills to be successful, to be great fathers, to be great husbands, to be great leaders in society. And so I really want to challenge everybody who's saying, where are these spaces for men? Because when I was on tour with Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson? Is that the same Derek Jackson? Jesus.
Stefano Bossier and Ace Metaphor, women would say that all the time. Where are the spaces for men? I'm like, they're here. You just got to open your eyes and see it.
And this is why I say for the men. This is why I say for the men, we got to do a better job at promoting it. We do it. We got to talk about it. We have to promote it. And this is one of the biggest failings. From 1915, D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation, the Black male image has been under assault. Now, we actually have access to these social platforms to use to our advantage, and we need to present the image of ourselves that we are proud of and that our women can be proud of, and we got to fund it out of our own pockets.
For me, it's the destruction of our family in its whole. So our men, a lot of them have changed roles, because the women of this society, a lot of us, our women in general, are making more money than their mate. And so men become intimidated. And if you are in a certain bracket, like that woman, she said she made 6 figures. So if she's looking for someone, and I'm gonna speak for myself too, in a relationship, and like you said, we do the same thing. And you're right, it is a double-edged sword, and we wouldn't get what you got. You got attacked. We wouldn't have gotten attacked. They would have agreed with us, like, oh no, she's making this. She's not about to huh?
He said, well, yeah, but what can I do to get him? It didn't matter that I told her that these guys don't tend to want these things. All she wanted me to tell her was, here's how you can get them. That's why I said, well, I can't do anything.
Kevin, is there not an option for a woman like that to find someone who is a high earner, but perhaps, she can date someone who also has a child?
So you want him to tell her, hey, woman that makes $100,000 that calls herself average, you can find a man that also makes that much money and already have his own kid, and everything will be perfect. There's plenty of men like that out there.
What do you think the option is?
I was posing the question to you. Do you think that that's not an option for a woman like herself who said, "Hey, I'm a successful business owner," to now
what
meet
does that
someone
have to
who's
do with
also
anything?
a high
What does
earner?
that have to? What does that mean?
We
to
don't
me?
care.
I don't
care about that.
But can I finish? Can I finish? Somebody who is, maybe that is important to them, they also have a child, so they don't view that as a negative. Basically, what I'm getting at is there's a lid for every
Lola,
pot. Is that not an option?
Or Danielle? Okay, if I told her it was an option, you know what that's going to do? Continue to feed that hope and delusion that they're available when they are not numerically. What percentage of men would fit that category? First off, we're roughly how many in this country? 40 million of us? 22 million black men? 22 million black men. 8% of black men, is it 8% or 6%? 6% of black men earn over six figures. So what's 6% of 22 million adjusted for age of 18 to 65? Because men enter their financial stride at age 52. So what percentage of black men, see, the numbers are we can feel what we want, but the numbers are stubborn things. Take 6 or 8% of roughly 40 to 60-year-old black men who are single, heterosexual, and earn the kind of money, and tell me how many men those are. It ain't millions. But what you guys want me to say is, yeah, sis, there's a chance. Well, you know what? That if I'm a financial planner or a financial advisor, that would be just as impractical as saying, yeah, why don't you go ahead and play Powerball as a retirement strategy? Hit the lotto. It could work. No.
And there's a really interesting article out. The biggest thing, like I keep on saying, is look up the information, do your research yourself. Brookings Institute article, Google search it. Is there a shortage of marriageable men? And it really breaks down that in the black community, when you look at women who have jobs and no kids, and men who have jobs and men who have no kids, there are more men than women.
Wow.
When you use those two variables, you can look it up. It's online, it's public data. All of it's available public data.
This whole video is showing me that this is really new news to so many black women, that it is mind-blowing and mind-boggling, so much so that they wanted to attack the messenger because the message just sounded like an outright lie.
Honesty doesn't bring people together. It separates them.
But what you're starting to see is it's the truth.
To be honest with you, Kevin, I feel like we get more of the message that we need to be open to take what we can get. If I can be completely honest with you, I feel like
what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, take what you can get. What does that mean?
Exactly that. I feel like people are consistently telling black women, hey, you need to taper your expectations because this is what's out there. This is what guys are making.
Well, Danielle, if the expectation is unrealistic, should it not be tapered?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure who I am to say that it's unrealistic because if we're speaking in terms of dating black men, maybe, but there are black women who are open to dating outside of their race.
Oh,
There it is. There it is.
Bringing in Brad and Jesus.
Yeah, and one
Outside
in
of
four
their
black
typical
women will
age
marry in their
range.
lifetime. Okay, 1 in 4 black women will marry regardless as to race. Moving outside the race does not change black women's opportunities drastically.
But can we really say that when so few
Yes, we
black women
can. When
do,
1 in 4
so
black
few
women will
black
marry
women
their-
do it?
So I hate to say this, but it was a black woman who brought up interracial dating on this platform. It was not a black man who brought this into the platform. She was the one that was talking about dating out.
Okay, Danielle. Then if that's the case, black women should be happy. Should be happier than any other time because you're earning more, making more, more educated according to some polls. And if more men are wanting to marry you, you should be on top of the world, not 1 in 4 taking some sort of antipsychotic, depression medication or whatever. See,
But Kevin,
what you're basically
we see black women are more race loyal.
Race loyal? Black women are more race loyal. Look, man, please do more research on the history of our people. That is not true. That is false. Black women have had access to other races of men since at least the mid 1800s. That is a lie. We don't even want to get into the idea of being loyal. You know, when we start getting into how many times the black man was betrayed, let's look at Martin Luther King's first assassination attempt. Who's the one who recruited those black men to the Tuskegee experiment? Food for thought.
Listen. What you're basically saying is the same trope that black women are being told to take what you get, i.e. settle. And see, what's wrong with getting somebody that's suitable? And this is what you're telling black men, that most of you aren't suitable to us.
No,
What makes them unsuitable?
I didn't say
Well,
that.
okay, well then being told to settle, what are you settling for?
I didn't say that. I'm saying for every woman, she has her bar. She gets to decide where that bar is, and for
Yes, she gets to decide where her bar. Okay, but let me ask you this question. Yes, you're right, but this is a market-based economy. You own a car. You can decide whatever price you want to put on the car, but who gets to decide? Who gets to decide how much it's worth?
The person who's selling it.
Wrong. The market decides. The market always decides. Oh, ma'am, yes. That's
You
why
can't sell a
Kelley Blue
Toyota
Book
Camry for $400,000. You can't sell a Toyota Camry.
Excuse me.
for
Hold
$400,000.
on. That's why there's a Kelley Blue Book.
But there's always someone willing to buy at their selling price.
Danielle. We're educated people. We're intelligent. The market decides. This is not a Kevin Samuels concept. It's product theory. The market decides.
Well, that's y'all's take, and I respect you guys' opinion.
I don't know how she's disagreeing with this point here. This is insane.
In my mind, we all get to set our price, and if someone wants to pay that, then they have the option to do that.
Right, but they are part of the market. That's the thing, ma'am. Okay. They do exist.
I wanted to address the comment you made, Kevin, about we're telling men that they are less. I don't think that that's necessarily what we're telling men by not choosing them because they don't meet whatever standard, we women have. I think what we're saying is, hey, look, I'm willing to stay in the dating market, or I am willing to be alone because I am fulfilled on my own, with or without a partner. You can want a partner, of course, but I don't think it's necessarily telling.
But men aren't the ones complaining. But here's the thing, Danielle. Men aren't the ones complaining about dying alone. We're not. We're not complaining about a lack of women. We're not. Women are constantly talking about what's wrong with men. And see, here's another thing that I find that gets interesting. Women are always talking about the dating market. All you need is one. You can only have one. Go find it.
I got you. We may be talking about it more, but I absolutely feel like there are men who are scared of ending up alone.
You can feel like it, man, but it doesn't matter.
Well, if they weren't
listen,
scared,
man, listen what I mean.
See,
you're not listening. Okay. See, women run their logic through their emotions. Why don't you? Men aren't okay. If every black man married and every marriageable black man got married, there'd still be 2 million black women. I got news for you. The leverage and time is not on your side. If you want a man, there's a time component and opportunity. Sands of the hourglass are moving. Now, saying that I'm not going to settle, I'm going to keep my standard high. That's why I say buy a dog. That's an option too. But when you got that dog and you're 65 years old, that's the life you chose. Be happy with it. But I'm not seeing that women are happy with their lives.
But Kevin, I have a question. When you keep using the word average, if you really look and dissect the word average, aren't we all average?
No, we're all not average. Some of us are above average, and some of us are below average.
That word average, I don't know what it is. That word average is tearing these women ass up. I don't know what it is.
Most people are, yes. Most people are average. Okay. Most people are average. Most people are right in the middle. 50% of the population is average. Half. That's what I said. Average is not an insult to men. It seems to be really much of an insult to women.
Even though I find them to be my preference, they're my only preference. The problem is, a lot of black women don't view themselves as average. They view themselves as the cream of the crop. I mean, look at Lizzo fat ass. She's run around as the spokesperson for black women, for big women in general. I mean, listen, ladies, if your stomach stick out farther than your ass, you ain't thick. You're fat.
You're average.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to start speaking, because what I'm hearing is women aren't used to hearing men speak the way we speak. The way I spoke is the way men talk. And we used to be able to talk that way, but men are men are feeling like they can't say what they say because they'll get canceled, they'll get shunned. Well, man, you're gonna have to risk it. You're gonna have to risk it unless you want to walk through life tiptoeing through things that you know don't make you happy. You know, none of us are gonna get out of this unscathed.
Isn't that a narcissistic, a narcissistic type of personality?
Hold on. All right. See, a narcissistic type of, what does narcissist mean?
As a mental health provider,
PhDs,
I will speak on that because everybody.
I want her to tell me. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's someone.
What is a narcissist?
In a nutshell, that's someone that's like, they see things their way. They are above. They are they're right in how they execute things and how they say things, just to summarize it up. But
no,
I'm asking you a question. I'm not trying to be confrontational here because it seems like you think I am.
No, I'm just asking. Words mean things. Okay. When you say narcissist, it means something. The mental health professional, would you like to go ahead and chime in then?
Go ahead. Oh, like it is an access to disorder. And I know in the main thing about a narcissist that people forget to add, to be a narcissist, you lack empathy.
Thank you. The main thing. Lack of empathy. Mm-hmm. The dark. See, and we throw these words out. I hear black women throwing out terms: narcissist, bash, misogynoir. And I'm like, so when a woman has a standard, she's not settling. When a man has a standard, he's a colorist. You guys play slick and loose with men, but you don't hold yourself to the same standards. How often do you call black women narcissists because they don't want to settle? One of several personality disorders is a mental condition where some people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention, admiration, troubled relationship, and lack of empathy for others.
Sounds like the liberal black woman. It literally checked off every box.
Men wanting what they want does not make them narcissists. It makes them normal. And black men, stop feeling shame for what you want. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. I call it sign language. Stop letting people make you feel guilty for being a man. Stop letting them shame you for wanting what you want. Stop letting them insult you because you say you want what anyone else should deserve for your level. And you don't have to engage it. If that's what they think of you, detach with love and keep it moving. There's something better on the other side.
And I think we should also give that message to black women as well.
Black women have had that message given to them. I don't think black women have, my personal opinion, black women have been told you're fine for the longest. You're queens. You're the mothers of the earth. All these things. And here's the thing. Why, when I say to give something to men, is it always seems to be the knee-jerk response to go in and say, give women something too. Just like when I ask you, you've had contract with the Black America. Well, what about for Black women? Can Black men ever have something on our own?
I think
Just
Black
this
women
thought.
can also say that when we talk about things
Yeah,
like
but I'm
sexual
asking
assault
about
and,
this.
and
Okay.
it's a
And
what
see,
about
and,
me too?
And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is and go ask the men what I just said, because men are really getting tired of having to, yeah, but not all, but men do it too. Well, you want this, well, men too. The reason My Brother's Keeper failed because Black women demanded, you want to do something for Black boys? You gotta do something for Black girls too.
Race loyal.
Black men are tired of that, ladies. We're your men, we're not your enemy.